Hey everybody, welcome back to another Lego video. Sorry for the long absence, but today we have the final portion of the Harry Potter 20 years anniversary Hogwarts set. This was an early birthday present from my mom, so thank you very much, Mom. And I just had some time to build it, so I wanted to give you guys a look at it. It is technically called the Hogwarts Fluffy Encounter. It is ages 8+, set 76387 with 397 pieces. I believe it is $40. We have the Lego 20 years logo at the bottom, the characters, as well as the golden Hermione that you get with the set. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a closer look. All right, so here is this portion in its entirety, and it is probably the most controversial of the sets that have released, especially for the Hogwarts Castle, and we'll get into some of the reasons as to why. But before that, I do want to show you the minifigures and then the wizard cards, as well as the Fluffy, because he's pretty cool, and then we'll get into the rest of the build as well. And then lastly, we will compare it and add it to the Hogwarts Castle, because this is quite inaccurate the way it is set up currently. So let's get right into that. All right, taking a look first at Harry, and he's just in his newer Gryffindor robes, young Harry with the big eyes and big glasses, and he has a double-sided face. Out of all the sets that have come out for this wave of Harry Potter, I think this was the plainest, because we just get the trio and in regular outfits, nothing super special here. There is her face for Hermione. And then we have Ron, also young looking, and that's not a scratch in his pants, that was a piece of fuzz, with another double-sided face. Some faces we've always seen, nothing new there. Uniforms are always nice to get. I like how Ron's is open, that's really nice. Harry and Hermione's are closed. And then we have a golden Hermione, which is painted gold, and it has little stars on the torso with the Hogwarts logo, and in her sweater, in her Hogwarts sweater. So we can add this to the mix. Oh, and it also says 20 years on the back. And then we have Fluffy here, and this is obviously very clearly a brick-built Fluffy. I assume that they did a brick build on this dude to make it more affordable, the set in whole. This is the second Fluffy we've ever gotten. The other one was pretty much totally molded. So it is quite a significant difference. However, I think that the heads are really, really good. I love how one side is sleeping with drool. And if you have Fluffy positioned in this direction, it looks like all the dogs are sleeping, because the center one has one eye closed and one eye open. And then if you look over here on this side, they're awake, because when displayed in the room that they're in, you can't put them front ways, really. You can only display them sideways. So you can have either scene play out to where they're waking up or where they're still asleep. So I think that's pretty cool. I like the foam at the mouth. I think that the head molds for these are really, really good. It, however, does not translate into the body, and it is quite weak in my opinion. It is really blocky to me. I feel like they could have done a better job, but if they had, we would have been paying a lot more for this set, and I think it's already the most lackluster one in terms of detail that you get inside the castle. Not to say that I don't like this Fluffy. I still think he's cute, but it's a disappointment, since we've gotten a molded Fluffy in the past and then they brick built him. But he does have articulation in his legs, so he can lay down. I do like that aspect, and he has a tiny tail as well. And then finally, I did want to show you the wizard cards I got. Looks like Madame Maxine, and we have Godric Gryffindor as well. So you only get 2 in this set. Now that we've gone over everything, let's take a closer look at the build itself. All right, so looking at the build here, you can tell there's not a whole lot going on, to be totally honest. This section here, it can come apart right at this angle. And this first section that you build has a trap door, which would lead into Devil's Snare. If you're following the book order of things, there's a small piece of meat right here, and primarily this whole section has to be pretty empty to fit Fluffy. Up top, I do like the detail with kind of the candles lighting the room, and you have a little half roof. It's kind of interesting. This is supposed to be an upper part, obviously, of the Hogwarts Castle, because we have a slanted roof. We have some on the front, a couple of detailing pieces, a little bit of brick built, and then as well as some stickers, which I don't think look super duper great, but I do like the Hogwarts crest, and I like how they continue to add them in to these sets to make it look all cohesive. And then of course we do have the green roof, but not too bad overall. It's just really empty. If you put Fluffy inside, it definitely fills up the space a lot more. To get him to stand, you kind of have to fiddle with it, but he can stand in there. And he just totally, as you can tell, fills up the space. So, I mean, it's good in that way. You kind of don't have another place to put him, but you do sacrifice, you know, the detailing that goes inside of this scene. And then we have a basically tall tower with 3 levels, and we have Devil's Snare at the bottom, which is pretty weak. I think they could have done some more vinery and stuff. You can get a minifigure though to get caught in Devil's Snare. It kind of opens up. There you go. And you could have Hermione stuck in it. It's not too bad. It just could have been more. I like how you at least can fit a minifigure inside of it. And then the next room is just a totally empty room with the exception of this harp. This is the harp that you're used to play. You're supposed to have Fluffy, it keeps him asleep. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've got it just stuck in this little room. So technically, if you lifted up a floor like that, then you can have the harp in the same kind of area. It doesn't look too bad. The build for the harp is okay. You could remove it, like I said, if you wanted to put it on the ground. I do really like the balcony piece for this. I think it's really ornate and pretty. And then you can tell this is a very bottom level because of the rocks, the rock face. And then at the top here, we have, it almost looks like maybe a runes classroom, judging by the stickers on the back of the little, what is this? The roof here. I do like it. I mean, it's very small, but it has some detail. This actually has the most detail out of all the rooms, which is kind of funny. But I do like it. I like that little printed piece that is a jar, but it is actually a minifigure head. I think that looks awesome. You have a little heated pot right there. And then that sticker piece is pretty cool as well. And then it has a castle turret on the very, very top. So that's basically it. Again, you're paying $40 and it doesn't have a whole lot of features. So I think what works is this is just definitely part of a piece that you want to get if you want to complete the castle. I wouldn't really pick this up by itself and just not get any of the other sets because it's going to be a little bit lackluster that way. I had the original Fluffy set. I don't remember what it was called. And it seemed to have a little bit more play features, even though it was older. I like the ideas that they're going with this. And if you have the whole castle, I think that it's worth picking up and it looks really good. So let's go ahead and grab that and we can kind of, I'll show you what it looks like all together. Okay, so I brought all of the pieces for the entire castle and I just wanted to put them together to give the full look. I am just going to follow the picture completely, the one that Lego has given us. Let's go ahead and get that going. Okay, so that's like the whole castle together. Basically, if you put Fluffy on top, it makes Devil's Snare go right here, and that's appropriate because there's a trapdoor here. I think that works out really well, and then the harp above it. And I think overall, this is totally accurate with the exception of one thing. The bathroom even has the slide down to the Chamber of Secrets. Super awesome, but it does, and it will forever bother me that Lockhart's Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom is right here, and Lockhart's office is right there. They should be on top of each other, but it is what it is, I guess. So anyways, that's the complete castle, guys. And I don't know if we're going to get any more pieces. It looks pretty complete to me. There's a lot to look at, lots of fun little modular scenes. And I'll flip it around for you guys so you can see how it looks from the front, because I think that's also going to be pretty impressive. All right, so there's basically it from the front. I really do love the rock features, and it's really nice seeing it totally complete now. I think it's awesome. I really like these windows also down there. I think that looks really cool. But that's basically the Hogwarts Castle. It's definitely a cheaper version if you can't afford to get the whole big one with the gray roof that has come out in sections. This one is obviously quite flat in terms of appearance, and it's very modular, so it's not gonna appeal to everybody exactly, but I think it looks really good, and I'm pretty proud of it, guys. And thank you for sticking along with all these videos. We now have the castle complete. I do plan on getting other of the Legos from the Harry Potter line that came out this summer, but this was my main goal, was to complete the castle. So anyways, thanks so much for sticking with me and watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.